I'm gonna crack. I'm doing it.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Delicious.
Oh, guys, you'll never guess what I just cracked open.
A cold one?
Yeah, but what is the cold one? You each get 3 guesses. If you get it right, I'll like mail you $100 or something. I don't know.
I don't want to take your money, Ozzy. I don't want to take your blood money.
You buy blood money. I did not use the blood for this.
Was it a nice bottle of Perrier?
It was a LaCroix, wasn't it?
If you heard, it was a metal can. It's not
LaCroix.
a LaCroix. It's the same size as LaCroix. That doesn't narrow it down, but
Yeah, it doesn't at all.
White
A Red
Claw?
Bull.
Not a Red Bull.
Andrew said White Claw.
It's usually red, but it's not red today.
Well, I used up 2 of my guesses.
So it's not Red Bull. No, it's not White Claw.
It's usually red?
It's usually red, but today it's not red. And that's why I got it today.
A cider. Ciders aren't red. I don't know what I'm talking about.
So it is. This one's not. I have an alcoholic one that I'll crack open later, but this one is not alcoholic. This is just a regular.
Oh.
It's a soda.
Well, you should.
You can have your guesses back.
No, I'm not taking my guesses back. Andrew, guess. Red soda. What is it? Andrew, Andrew?
Yeah.
Are you?
You have any guesses, Andrew?
Dr. Pepper.
Bingo. I got a blue Dr. Pepper today.
I knew it. Dr.
What?
Pepper is the drink of smart people, after all.
Yeah, it's blue. I saw, like, over the weekend, there's blue Dr. Pepper out, limited edition, so I was like, okay, I have to get this.
What?
Dr. Pepper is my favorite, and blue is my favorite color. There's no way I can't not get this.
Ozzy, have you watched Steins Gate?
I have not. I need
The
to.
main character in that is a scientist, and he drinks Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Are they
I'm
officially
interested.
branded, or is it like an off-brand? That
It is officially branded, I think.
What?
As far as I remember.
That's pretty
Oh
pog.
my god.
It was in 2012 that I last
Bro,
watched that show.
We need to get branded. Please, Dr. Pepper, sponsor me.
Oh
Sponsor
my
the
gosh.
podcast.
Okay, listen.
I
Before
will
we get
drink
too
one
far
every
ahead of
podcast.
ourselves- Oh my god.
No. Steins Gate is one of the first anime I ever watched, and it's one of the most entertaining. It's a time travel show, but it doesn't start out like that. Well, it kind of does, but it's like...
I don't know anything about it.
It's got a lot of like your normal anime characters in there, but the way that it approaches the time travel is probably my second favorite of any time travel story. My first favorite would probably be Primer, which is a movie, but then Steins Gate does its own thing.
Primer.
Yes.
Primer. I hardly know her, dude.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
That joke finally made its way onto the podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Wait, before we get too far ahead of ourselves here, we got a new voice on the podcast. We have
That's
Son of a
me.
Monkey, aka
Yes.
Andrew,
Visiting.
visiting.
Yeah,
Yes.
his gamer tag's Andrew, but he was legally named Son of a Monkey by his parents, and it's very
Yes.
interesting.
Quite.
Took a few tries to convince the guy to sign off on the birth certificate with that.
And we're missing one voice.
We're missing Duran. I messaged him before the podcast saying, "Hey, what you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I thought it was 3 my time. I'm on a date."
He's on a date.
Hey, what
That's
can I say?
crazy.
This guy loves women, apparently, so
Yeah.
I can't blame
yeah.
him, I guess.
And the women love him, you know?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Unfortunately.
We have Andrew here to it's Benner Duran, you know, taking his place.
I mean, to be fair, I'm only here because I like boys.
Oh. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
What are you doing after the podcast?
Sweats profuse.
Anon, we can't do that until we're married.
We can't hold hands until we're married.
Please say goodbye.
I love that. I love that clip.
God, this is why I can't show my
Andrew,
my
you're a
parents
married
the
man,
podcast.
aren't you? You're a
I
married
am.
man.
I am.
Yeah.
And you might hear my other married half come into the room at some point.
But your other married half isn't a man.
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
No, she is. Anyway. She is a full woman.
Married to a woman that likes boys. What can I say?
Yeah, we both have that in common.
She's a boy too.
No, she's not.
We both have that in common.
That's not how this works. Anyways, Andrew, would you like to introduce yourself?
It's a gender neutral term because it's not spelled B-O-Y, it's B-O-I-Z.
We are the Wooper Boiz, after all.
It's very...
Yeah.
What was your question, Steeple?
You can be anyone, be a boy.
Oh, did you want to introduce yourself as anything in particular?
Anything in particular? Well, I am on Discord with you guys a lot. I think that's the main reason I'm here. Other than that, I work in film, and that's probably what I'll be talking about my week this week, because that's all I did. And other than that, again, I'm big into battle royales, anime, lots of stuff. We'll get into it.
Speaking of, weren't you working on one of the Marvel films coming up or shows?
Yes. This summer I'll be working on Echo. I have no idea what hero that's related to. But then later in the winter, I'll be working on Blade.
Blade? Let's go.
Blade.
What was Echo though? Was Echo the Oh my god. Hold on. Marvel.
I'm not gonna lie, film is my weakness. I know like nothing about movies, so if I'm not talking a lot,
y'all should get Elizabeth in here sometime.
Yeah, you can.
If she wants.
She's also off on Sundays normally.
Is she off on Sundays? I mean, that'd work out fine. I just know she's really busy.
Oh, Echo. Okay, Echo is one of the villains in Hawkeye.
Oh, really? I haven't watched that show.
Yeah, she's one of the antagonists, I should say. I don't know if villain is the proper word, because in this multiverse things keep getting mixed and muddled up, and people I feel like that we're on one side are like switching sides and all crazy.
I dropped off after Endgame.
Literally, we might actually see hell soon, which would be cool. But
I dropped off after Endgame.
So. Same.
I mean, I didn't even ever see. I mean, it kind of.
That was the. I mean,
like
for a lot of people,
shebang, you know,
that was
all people really cared about.
I'd say for all the quote unquote normies out there, that was the big thing, and most people have not really picked up on the new series and all that kind of stuff. But to be fair, it might be a little bit harder to access because a lot of the stuff now that's showing up in the movies is stuff that's come from the TV shows. So you kind of have to have that background knowledge to really get a full grasp of what's going on. And to really appreciate everything that's happening in the main movie, the main MCU. But also they have like a lot of TV shows on Disney, and if you just don't have Disney or don't have access to those shows or haven't seen those shows, because they are longer than movies, but they're very good, I think. That's where most of the main characters have gone to. They've gone to like the hour-long episodic or 45-ish minutes per episode series on Disney. The last one was Moon Knight, which I thought was really good. Oscar Isaac was really, really good in that show. I loved every second of it.
I do intend to watch that because I like him as well. But overall, I'm not super invested anymore. I mean, I stopped originally being invested when, what was it, Age of Ultron came out, and I was like, I don't really care. And then I think closer to the Infinity War movies, I was like, ooh, I do kind of want to see how this ends up. And then now it's gone. Like, there's only so long you can care about that series, I think, before you start just seeing the same stuff over and over. Like, I saw Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness the other day, like I think last weekend.
Yeah.
And I liked it enough. Like, there were some cool parts in it, especially the weird, freaky Sam Raimi signature bits. But overall, it's just kind of like, these stories don't really have that much to offer at a thematic level anymore.
I see. I don't know, man. I just enjoy the craziness. A lot of people are complaining or like saying like, oh, it's just a cameo fest is what's going on, which I guess is like kind of true, but I don't know, that's something that I enjoy seeing all the cameos and that kind of thing. And then I think people that it's really for people who read the comics now.
Yeah,
well, weirdly enough,
people's nostalgia.
Weirdly enough, now I'm enjoying DC movies more because they don't feel like they have to have a what would you say, unified style or anything. They're doing one-offs. That might end soon, but at least currently, like with the Joker and the Batman, those are both like stellar A+ movies. I super enjoyed the Batman recently. It had a really good message. It was really interesting to look at too. Very pretty. It's not like you haven't seen it.
No, I haven't.
It is on HBO Max if you have that.
I might.
And it's for sure still in theaters.
Yeah, I might go see it in theaters.
I highly recommend
it. The theater I go to keeps promoting this this movie pass where it basically you pay for. It's like a monthly fee. That's about $20-something.
Is it AMC?
That's like for two. No, it's Regal.
Mm-hmm.
But so it would be like 2 movies. So if you see 2 movies a month, it covers it.
Sure.
And I was thinking, I'm like, I don't know. So I saw 2 movies or 3 this month, technically, because I saw Doctor Strange twice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's added up there on the list now with the few movies that I've seen twice. There's really not many of those that I've seen twice in opening weekend or like opening.
Did you ever watch
theaters?
the Batman animated series from the 90s?
I might have. I get them all confused. I don't know any of the. I've seen lots of episodes from many different Batman series, but I don't know which one is which.
The Batman with Mr. Robert Pattinson reminds me a lot of that series, style-wise. It's a detective story more than any of the other movies have been.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's actually a mystery that is having to be solved.
I do like most of the cartoon Batman series. Mm-hmm. So I really should go see that one.
Batman, was it The Brave and the Bold? That was
that's the one that's later. Like the 60s, isn't it? Or it's inspired by the 60s one.
Right. That was one of my favorites growing up, for sure.
That one was Cartoon Network, wasn't it?
Yeah, most of that stuff is.
That was like the last one I remember watching.
Yeah, as a kid,
yeah.
I think there's been cartoons since then. Oh, that reminds me of the Harley Quinn cartoon that's like 18 plus or whatever that. What is that?
Oh god,
it's like TVMA or something like that. It's really funny.
Was it like? Oh, it wasn't like Adult Swim or something, or
I don't know if it was on Adult Swim. It might have been just. Actually, I have no idea. I think was it on HBO? It's a cartoon. It's just TV mature, so all the jokes are. It's funny. It should be on Adult Swim. It would definitely be there, if that was the. Like, it's definitely rated for that.
Andrew, how was your week, though?
My week was easy to start with, but the 2 days before this day were just straight work from waking up to going to sleep. On Friday, I did an amateur boxing event, and well, not all work like 12 hours a day, but like
Wait, amateur boxing event?
Wait.
yeah.
You weren't in Creator
No,
Clash,
no,
Creator
were you?
Clash.
I filmed an amateur boxing event. I was not
okay.
participating in
I'm
said
not gonna
boxing.
lie.
I was
No,
like,
no,
I
not
thought for a second you
participating.
filmed Creator
you
Clash.
filmed Creator Clash.
No.
I was like,
wait a second,
Andrew, that's big news.
No. It was just local charity thing.
Okay.
But I set up a bunch of stuff for the event.
local charity
in the
thing,
morning.
That's Creator Clash.
No. I did all the setup required in the morning, and then in the early afternoon I actually went to see, that's one other thing I want to talk about, the Northman. I went to see the Northman, and then after that went back and actually filmed the event for like, what was it, like 5 hours, and then got home at like 2 a.m., went to sleep, and then woke up, and yesterday I went and filmed a wedding, and then came back, got home, and went to sleep after like an hour, and then woke up to do this. I mean, I didn't sleep till like 1 or 2, but I haven't done anything else meaningful today.
I apologize, Steven, for what I'm doing right now on the mic.
Huh? Yeah. What do you...
I'm just pouring the rest of my blue Dr. Pepper into my ice
that's
cup,
fine.
so it's fizzing.
It sounded like you were slurping on a juice box a second ago.
But yeah,
Pretty much.
the boxing event was fun to film. I got some friends. Actually, Ozzy, you know Dylan.
Oh, no.
Right?
Yeah.
He was helping me do that
Let's
as
just
well.
dox him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got it. Don't worry.
He lives close to where I do, and he helped me do that, and we had a great time. The only thing of note, I guess, to come out of that was the final fight. It wasn't a round robin tournament. It was just a bunch of 1v1s. Like, for people, most people had not fought before. Some of them had. The final fight, though, the two guys really went at it, and I got up in the ring as they were deciding, as the judges were deciding who won, and they announced the winner, and I filmed a little bit of him, and then I went to film the guy who did not win, and he decided to take a chug
Punch
of
you in
water,
the
and
face.
he decided to take a chug of water and spit at the camera.
Oh no!
I was like, dang,
wait,
okay.
That was the local event that you were talking about that you guys all got to do together.
That was the Creator Clash. That was Michael Reeves. He spit the camera.
I went
over.
past him. Yeah.
But dude, Michael Reeves. I saw him Twitter post about that, but other than that, I haven't seen anything about Creator Clash.
I need to see that Creator Clash. I need to see Michael Reeves' match specifically. I heard he absolutely destroyed the other nameless YouTube guy.
Did he? Wait, the other nameless YouTube guy?
I don't know who he was, but
shoot, I should have all the matches.
Anyone
pulled
else
up.
in the lightweight class? There's no one who could survive against. I feel like against Michael Reeves,
he would
in the
destroy
lightweight
people.
class.
He's like a goblin, dude.
He's a freaking crackhead.
Yeah. He's going goblin mode, like.
The goblins and the goblin.
That's crazy. What a guy, like,
I thought Michael Reeves
spit
would have
water.
hired his fish to fight for him.
Oh, that's true. He probably would have, like.
Well, you see, he
finagled his
didn't
way
have
out
a
of the
whole
fight.
he didn't have a whole year to be able to write all the programming for that. He only
Oh,
had
yeah.
6 months.
Write a
So-
programming for the mech that houses the fish in a glass bowl.
Yeah.
Whichever way the fish swims, the robot goes.
Yeah, he didn't. It's not long enough time for him to be able to make a YouTube video on that. He only had
Yeah.
6 months.
He
so,
probably would
you
need
know.
multiple fish anyways to like, pilot different parts of the body. It's like
A fish mechazord.
Yeah, it's like a Power Rangers Zord, like the fish.
Oh my god! No,
Like, one sits in the arms, one sits in the legs, One's in the head. He doesn't actually do anything. He just sits in the head.
He
like,
figures out a way
menacingly.
to attach it to their robot Spot, the robot dog, and then you get it looks like what's the sidekick from Megamind.
And
Yeah.
no, the weapon that the Megazord wields is the operating knife robot that he made as well.
Oh
Do you remember
my
that?
God.
The Stabby-Matron. See, that's the thing I would want to see. Like, you got this buff 300-pound alpha male Chad in one corner of the ring, and in the other corner is like a 15-year-old with a gun.
With a gun.
Those are the kind of sports that I'm interested in watching.
Like just a 1911. Just here you go, kid. 45 ACP.
Good luck.
Shoot him dead.
It's really dependent on how much that kid knows how to shoot a gun.
You know what? I would watch more sports if they had weirdo stuff like that. Like, I want to see drugged up cybernetic guys playing football. Why don't they just let drugs in?
Cybernetic?
Yeah.
Why don't they just let drugs
in? How do you regulate cybertronic ninjas?
Regulation?
You know?
Who cares about regulation? Just like, it's the same
rules. Like,
no.
There are no rules.
It's like NASCAR, right?
Bro, it's like
how NASCAR is stupid. Like, your car can't go faster than a certain speed limit in NASCAR because they have regulations on what the cars are. But that's stupid. Just let people
NASCAR
bring whatever car they want.
NASCAR. Nobody watches NASCAR.
That's my point. Nobody watches NASCAR because all the cars are the same car. Bro, you get it. You let people bring in rocket engines and stuff, and suddenly people start watching.
Yeah, but like, I don't know.
That's true.
I feel like the meta for like NASCAR has staled like beyond belief at this point. Like nobody's like, oh my god, this guy defined like racing of his time.
Well, that's what I'm saying about sports in general, right? Just bring in some wild, wacky stuff. Let people have robot arms and super steroids.
I mean, just watch esports, man. That's what can I tell you?
I mean, I do prefer that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even now, I'm like kind of bored with esports. At least League. I like seeing too much League.
Okay, League.
I think PUBG is actually a pretty fun esport to watch.
Gross.
I think the issue with like other sports though is they're just hard to like PUBG or any BR. It's just hard to watch because there's so much going on.
It's a huge map.
The angle.
There's so many players.
It's kind of like golf in that way. You can't film everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, you just have like a million cameramen. Like watching every single angle in like every single house, in every single cover, and they're like, switch to that guy, switch to that guy.
Yeah,
they do a pretty good job of it. I mean, you're not guaranteed to follow your favorite team to the end. They might die early, obviously.
Right.
It's strange because it's not like football where you just have two teams and then you can swap to another channel and watch another two teams play, or I guess watch the recording later if you want to catch their game later.
That is true. You can do that.
It's like. It would be like if all the NFL teams were playing on the same field at once, and then it's just a giant field.
I would watch that. I would watch that, bro.
Okay, but there's a fair point. That would be interesting.
An 8x8 No, NFL teams, but on an 8x8 grid, right?
How would you follow?
There's like 32 different end zones,
Yes.
It's 5D. It's like 4D chess.
And they don't they don't know where the ball is. They don't know where the ball is. They hide
8 balls on the field.
There's a bunch of crap.
It's a free for all.
There's a bunch of crap on this giant field that's bigger than a normal one, and they have to find where the ball is, like loot it.
They put like cover everywhere, like random like trees and buildings, and you're just what's gonna happen? And
see, this is what I'm.
Watch out! Peyton Manning found the AK-47. He's going to town on people.
Yes.
Oh my god!
He's laying into the Cowboys defense.
That's what they should do with League of Legends. They should just have like 5 teams or like 6 teams on the field on the Rift at once, and then you have like a bunch of different. You know how like there's a theory? There's like a random. Oh my god! What was it? There was somebody put a map up forever ago, I believe. Of how they had that triangle map, Steven? Where they do like some kind of games, and it's like completely foggy. I don't even remember what it was called. But it was like the weirdest map. It was only available sometimes for like some of the custom games, and you would see it sometimes like with.
You talking about Dominion?
Yeah, I think it was Dominion.
No,
wasn't it?
You're not talking about Dominion.
Yeah, it was
Nobody
Dominion. It was a
remembers
triangle
Dominion.
map. I remember Dominion. That's how I got Shaco to level 5. I'm pretty sure because I only played him whenever Dominion came out.
Oh my god! Look, wait, we can't talk about League. Andrew doesn't even play League.
I mean, I'll listen. I won't.
But Dominion was fun. It was kind of like that. There's 3 different points. It was only 2 teams. It should have been 3 teams. That would have made it fun. But there's 3 different points on the map where you can score.
That's like every video game of all time, though. Like capture the flag. Like you're not gonna have 1 or 2 points.
No. But like regular League is like there's basically 2 main objectives, right? There's 3 different lanes to get there, but that's like
3. It's like,
but it's pretty understandable. Like the
threes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But the main objective
I would play
though,
League if it was an FPS.
So it's
I would
only
play
like,
League if it was like in first
Overwatch.
person.
That's just Overwatch or
yeah, but Overwatch is
Smite. Yeah, you got Smite actually.
Smite does Smite. Yeah. That's third person. It's actually I remember when Smite came out. It still wasn't really my jam, but it did seem pretty cool. Do you remember those 2 years though where esports, specifically FGC fighting game, reached ESPN level and were broadcast on ESPN in the summer? What was it, Evo?
It was like ESPN like 5 or something though.
No, it was
like
2.
Channel.
It was 2. It was ESPN 2. Like I remember my family had like the basic cable package and they had it in there. But it was crazy. I watched it. I watched the Evo tournament. I think it was like 2016 and 17 or maybe 2017 and 18.
What games were on there? Like what were people playing? Like
it was mainly Street Fighter. I think that was the main thing that they covered, and it was pretty hype. Like I really enjoyed watching that, and I don't know if that really has continued because I don't watch cable, but that was really cool to watch a fighting game on like an actual sports channel.
Interesting. Huh. I think it's hard to watch Street Fighter, especially if you don't play. If you've never played Street Fighter, I think it's really hard to watch.
I don't know. I think fighting games lend themselves really well to being easily understood by just anyone watching, because at the end of the day, it's just like one guy pummeling another guy.
No.
Yeah, it depends on the. It depends on the game. I don't know. I feel like to really get an appreciation for like how difficult, like you can tell what's going on for sure, right? If you watch enough of it.
No.
Like I watch a lot of StarCraft, or I used to watch a lot of StarCraft, and I think it's really interesting how they play. But that game is like ridiculously hard, and you don't have an appreciation for how difficult those games are until you've like
you're
played
right
it a couple times.
Nobody will understand like what the meta is, or like what kind of frame data these guys have to process in order to like make certain decisions. But at the end of the day, everybody knows with fighting games, there's normal moves and there's special moves. And if you are good enough at special moves, you can beat the other guy. And that's not the whole picture, obviously.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole career based on just learning certain games. But people can understand that, okay, that wasn't a normal move. That was a special move. Wow, he just beat up on that guy. That's why I think it was on ESPN.
I think the same thing applies to regular sports though too, because I'm pretty sure, like if I watched a boxing match, or I don't watch sports, but I do like hockey whenever I get to see it from time to time. But I just don't have an appreciation. I have a little bit of appreciation for like how difficult it is to move in hockey because I've been skating before, and that's just like if you've never gone skating before and you've never had to try and stand up on ice, that's just a whole nother like. It's like learning how to walk. It's like you're 2 years old and you just can't move. And then they do that. They can just do that and manipulate a hockey puck and like be able to navigate all the other players around them in that cramped space with stick and gear on and everything else, and this thing in their face, and
they're going very fast.
Dude,
you have to move quick. You have to quick reaction times. You have to flick the puck. Yeah,
like they just make it look easy, but you can't until you've been on the ice or been like you just don't have that same appreciation
until you've been shoulder checked.
But you can still watch. You can definitely still
man.
watch.
You'll never know what it's like to play hockey, you know?
Until you've had a concussion, you'll never know what it's
Until
like
you've
to
been
be
in
a true
a brawl,
fan.
an ice brawl, and you throw your gloves down. You'll never know true hockey. Yeah. No. Anyways, I was for the fighting game stuff, like Street Fighter specifically, I find people cheer for things that they don't actually know what's happening. Like,
well, sure, yeah.
Like,
but it doesn't really matter.
A big part of fighting games, right? Like,
yeah,
having a repertoire of moves to condition your opponent to do something. Nobody really, unless you like follow the game seriously, people who watch as bystanders is like, oh my god, he grabbed the guy and like choke slammed him. Wow, that was so cool. But like, they don't really understand the implications of the input for that move and then like the mix-ups off.
But you can look it up, right? It's the same way like people will look up stats for like football and baseball and everything.
Like, you can look it up, but like, what you don't.
It's
like
different. It's just okay. I think the difference is because it's an esport. It's not something that's like known. It's not like physical, everyone has a body. It has like done some kind of exercise or sports because we've all gone through the education system. So we've I think
the ideal version of it,
stuff.
Yeah.
I
think the ideal version of an esport like that would be they usually show the two contestants like a camera of them.
Yeah,
but even more than a camera of them, I would love to see just in the bottom corners a controller cam for both of them, right. Just so like you can, even if you don't understand something, you can go back and analyze it later. It like just for normies, but
so why
it's still just completely alien feeling though. Like
why I say that about like Street Fighter though, and like other 2D or fighters of that like nature, like Mortal Kombat, Tekken. They have like characters with very specific move lists, right? Mm-hmm. And like very specific inputs for those characters. But then you take a game like Smash, like it's very simple, like jump, and then you have your normals and you have your specials. Like that's it, basically. Like at a fundamental level, anybody who watches that game can understand what's happening. As opposed to like,
it's more accessible for sure.
Right.
I would prefer to watch Smash Brothers than be there in person and smell it.
Honestly, that's any esport though. Like,
did you hear that they? Did you hear the new Yu-Gi-Oh tournament ruling that came down
to or something?
If you smell bad enough at a Yu-Gi-Oh card tournament, you can get disqualified.
They have that in they've had that kind of thing in Japan. It's called you can actually sue someone for smelling really bad, and it's called oh my god, what is that? It's like
it's called dishonor upon your family.
No, I have to. There's a short term for it, but oh my god, I'm so bad with like remembering these things.
Yeah, it's called shame.
Dude, imagine how much it must suck to be a Yu-Gi-Oh like card judge in the next few months.
What do you mean suck in the next few months? Like they just freaking I don't know. Hey,
the judges have to go up and sniff people. Like, who wants to do that?
That's what it is. It's
get out of my face, fool.
Unless some people are really into that and they sign up.
Sumahara.
What if you harassment?
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
God.
It's Englishified. I don't know what is that? Is that the katakana? But it's shortened in the Englishified version to Sumahara. Sumera harassment or Sumahara is shortened in its shortened form is an expression that has swept across Japan and duly influenced the Japanese personal care industry. It refers to the act of inadvertently offending others with unpleasant body odors.
Lol.
Sumahara.
That's funny.
I hope that includes overuse of Axe body spray.
I'm pretty sure it's made its way into the professional, into a corporate scene.
It's funny.
As like a work rule.
Can I tell you guys something a little gross?
Sure.
So I didn't ever expect this to happen.
But
too gross. Stop. My wife and I have been together for, what is it, since 2017. Um, and I don't know if it happened at a certain point or if it has always been the case. But whenever I'm like, oh man, I stink today. I gotta go take a shower. She'll be like, I don't mind your smell. I'm like, that's weird, but okay.
That's the must.
Wait,
Pretty
that's not.
sure.
What do you mean? That's like a thing.
That's like a.
But it's like
a must or pheromone thing.
like
Yeah,
even
yeah.
like to the point where even when I can smell myself and be like, okay, and I shower twice a day because I just like that. But when that happens, I'm like, she's like, oh, you don't have to.
Wait, you shower twice a day usually?
I do.
How often? Okay, how often does that smell build up then?
Only when I've
When you-
been.
How long
oh,
has that?
Well,
Only
no,
when
it's
it's
not
been-
saying
showers
the
for that.
smell builds up like that often. You
No,
just
no,
saying
no,
he
but
prefers
like-
to shower twice a
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I think
Well, it's summer right now, so it's really easy.
you might not actually smell that bad, even though you think you do. If you shower a lot like that,
All the crevices tend to be. I mean, it's not something that would like repel most people, but because she's in close proximity to me all the time, she tends to be able to, catch it.
okay.
But it really weirded me out when she first said it. I was like, oh well, that's good, but I didn't expect you would actually like that because it smells bad to me.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
man, humans
it's
are
a
weird.
thing. Yeah, no, females or even males sometimes, I guess. It's like some kind of smell thing where they just like.
It's something
Yeah,
with
pheromones.
pheromones
Yeah.
or something to that extent, which is
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely
And that's
a thing.
why
That's
I don't wear deodorant. No, I'm kidding. I do.
I just stopped showering
But no,
altogether.
that's
She
why
loves it.
someone, even if you're not wearing perfume, can smell good.
I do use the basic ass, just Mitchum plain no smell deodorant though. Never used anything else.
What?
I use pretty basic stuff. Yeah.
I mean, just make sure it doesn't have aluminum in
Like
it.
if I want to
It'll be
smell
fine.
good, I have like little tiny bottles of male cologne that my grandmother got me that I can just use.
Yeah.
I got I have cologne that's sitting. I like never use it, and no one ever says anything when I do use it. So I feel like it doesn't really make a difference at all. So I just never
Mhm.
use it. I just
Girls
use
girls
deodorant.
girls will say something if you're around them, I guess.
I bet the
Mm.
Northman smells pretty good.
The Northman?
The North.
Have you guys
What
seen
is
that movie?
No, is that a horror
It's a
movie or
Viking.
something?
It's a Viking
It's
movie.
Viking.
It is a Viking movie. It is also in a roundabout way, a remake of The Lion King.
Oh.
Cut out there on Discord.
Yeah, you come on the
Hello?
Discord.
Am I there?
Oh,
Yeah, you're here. I hear you now.
There was a pop up that said "new input device detected," and I just made it go
Oh.
away.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
That was my cough. Anyway, The Northman is based on the same story that Hamlet by Shakespeare was based on.
Hamlet.
In fact, the main character's name is Amleth. And it is a Norse story. I don't know the origins of it, but it's very similar to that, but different in some ways. And
That's a tragedy, isn't it? I
Yes.
remember the.
it is a
last one.
tragedy, but it has an interesting way that it approaches the ending. Like, you know how the Lion King ends with a happy ending, but Hamlet actually ends not that happy. It's
Yeah, I
closer
don't
to
remember
Hamlet.
everything from Hamlet, but yeah.
Like, everybody dies at the end of Hamlet, if I remember correctly, but in the Lion King that doesn't happen. And I only say the Lion King because the last confrontation in the Northman takes place like in a volcano, just like the Lion King. Actually, no, the Lion King doesn't. The Lion King isn't a volcano. It's like lightning fire or something, but it looks very similar.
Yeah. It's like a cliff with fire at the bottom or something.
It's a cliff. We're talking about they
The-
throw Mufasa off, right?
No,
Yeah.
no.
No,
It's
that's
about-
Pride Rock.
with Scar.
Yeah.
Yeah, lightning like strikes some like brush and like starts like an African forest fire and just fucking
Oh, yeah.
But to summarize
Simba yeets them into it.
the Northman, it's basically the plot of Hamlet, but in like a Viking society.
It sounds
And the approach it takes to the main character's like quest, to get revenge is interesting because it frames it in the sense of this very like male honor driven code that is kind of like self-destructive, and it's not like the main character like learns to love instead of get revenge, but it's like it's very much a part of like his choices. Like, are you gonna just, you know, go after these people even though you might not know everything about the situation, or are you gonna kind of like just deal with it on your own? And the different characters he meets throughout the movie are kind of play into either side of that, and it's very well shot. It's long. I think it could be shorter, but I highly recommend going to see it. I don't think it will be in theaters for that long though, because it is kind of like an art house movie. It has action in it.
Pass, then.
Yeah, it is.
It's right there.
It's made by the same guy who did The Witch and The Lighthouse, and I don't think it's quite as good as those, but I really loved going to see it. Definitely won't make its money back though. It costs like $90 million to make.
Interesting. Wait, 90 million? And
yeah,
they're not going to make their money back?
I think they bet on it, and I don't think it has been a hit, but I'm glad that I got to see it. The director had previously made small movies that were very big hits, but this is kind of a large. In Hollywood terms, this is a medium to large size movie, and it's probably barely going to make its money back on home video. But
interesting.
Yeah.
So wait, what happens to stuff that like they like make it? They're over budget, or they like spend more than what they make back on it, like on returns. What like happens to those people or the company?
Most of the time, a big movie will like. It depends on the numbers, right? If you're talking like, let's just say you're talking about like a huge movie, like over like 100 million or more. That's normally bankrolled by a few executive producers and probably a movie studio, like Warner Brothers or something. And if you lose money, you just lose money. That's all there is to it. Like,
right? Yeah.
It's
like not like
stocks, like movie stocks.
It's not like movie stocks. It's more like, you know, you put the money up front to pay for it, and then you pay for the advertising, and you get what you get back. But it's not like all the money you get back is in the box office. There's home video is. Oh, am I still here?
Can you just make sure your Audacity is still recording? Because
I think the Audacity is probably fine. It's just the Discord.
No, it is fine.
Weird. Okay.
In any case, the movie is like paid for up front, so it's not like
it's not like a stock where you can kind of trade it later if you need to, right?
It's just it's a gamble. Every movie is a gamble.
Yep.
And it's a miracle that any movies get made, because it's like you never know whether you're actually going to make your money back or not. You just kind of have to like trust the people involved at a certain point.
Yeah. Interesting. But like,
so for example, what was a big flop recently? Some of the DC stuff had been a big flop. I don't remember which ones in particular. But it's like that was a thing where they were...
It might be an internet issue.
Are you still getting
it? It just cuts out.
I'm gonna just pretend like it's still going, and I'm just
I'm not hearing you guys cut out, so I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
In any case, every movie is like a bet for the people who like pay for it. So it's normally a good idea to go in just, you know, thinking of it like you're paying for a movie you want to see made, as opposed to like you have to make money on it. I'm sure a lot of people do, and it's not like I've only paid to make short films. Okay, and I've never really expected a return on those. I just want to make them.
Okay. But what if you have like a premium actor in that movie as well? Like
that normally helps.
Like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right? He plays in like every movie under the sun, pretty much, in some way.
He's a crowd draw. He adds to
the like, how much does he cost just to have in your movie? You wouldn't know.
That's not my real. I mean, you could probably look on the internet and see, but
like, do you think he just starts doing it for free at one point, or no? Like,
no, for sure, no, because that's like what 2 months, 3 months out of your life. You're not doing that for free.
I mean, think about it though. Like, he probably has so much money, he doesn't even know what to do with it, unless you wanted to donate it to charity.
It depends. Like, if it's his passion project. Okay, so the answer to your question is, when it's a passion project for one of the actors, they will be a producer sometimes in their own right on the project, which means they will put money up. Now they're expecting to get money back because that's an investment, and whatever your contract is, you get as much percentage back as you put in or whatever. It could be whatever, for any different kind of movie, but that's not a guarantee that they'll make money in that case. Maybe they're paying for the movie to get it made, and they might make money, but they're not guaranteed to make money.
Right. It's like it really depends on the actor and how much they think of the film, right? That's being made. Like, what if they really want to put money into it or not?
I'm 100%, 99% certain that Tom Cruise is probably a producer on the new Top Gun movie.
That would make sense. Patrick Stewart makes a cameo appearance as I'm going to spoil
he makes a cameo appearance in The Northman as
did you see
as Professor X?
Have you seen
what?
I'm trying to
Steven,
okay, well,
have you seen that yet?
He did just spoil it.
No, I haven't
seen. Okay, well, I just spoiled that. But he makes a cameo appearance in Doctor Strange.
In The Northman? What? Oh my god. That's crazy.
Yes.
Listen, I'm drinking a little bit, so
I'm pretty sure the article I read though was like something about it was he did not make money making a cameo appearance on the movie. He just wanted to be part of the MCU or, continue the series because he really liked it, right?
Marvel Universe. If you want, I will be a cameo for you for free. It's as easy as that. Bam. That's all you got to say, man. And then bam, you're in there. Marvel.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just excited because that excites me because they did get X-Men recently. And yeah, pretty sure they did get the rights recently. So seeing Dr. X from the previous shows in freaking Doctor Strange makes me hopeful that they'll actually have like a
that's another thing though,
an actual X-Men movie in the MCU.
Me caring about X-Men kind of ended with Logan as well around the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I never had a thing for X-Men. They were kind of like it was like a sideshow at some point, I think.
I'm more of a Hugh Jackman fan.
Yeah, I think I like those movies better than the X-Men movies because the X-Men movies are kind of all over the place with different actors and different things, and they just kind of go. I don't know. I don't understand the timeline, or it didn't really feel like there was a timeline. It felt just like an episode.
Very messy.
Like every movie, yeah. So,
but Logan was kind of like a spiritual send off to all of those.
Yes,
movies.
And if you watch the Wolverines, they kind of go through all the series and kind of holds that timeline together because through his extended life, you kind of see all that, which is
these big Australian pucks.
Man, I just want to see freaking Deadpool 3 in the MCU. We'll see what kind of funny business they do there.
I'd give Ryan Reynolds money, actually. Yeah. I pay for Mint Mobile for my wife.
What is it? Thor: Love and Thunder is going to come up soon. I'm kind of excited for that movie because the last Thor movie was really good. And this one's going to be Thor plus the whole Guardians of the Galaxy, which that dynamic just looks like a lot of fun. So, and then I
hear they're going to
Natalie
replace
Portman
Chris Pratt with
back.
Danny DeVito.
They're going to do something with Danny DeVito?
I heard Danny DeVito. What?
I heard that because Chris Pratt is not in favor now, he's going to get replaced by Danny DeVito in post.
Really? And then
yeah, it's because he played Mario recently.
Because he's playing Mario.
Yeah. So they're like, well, now everyone's we're clashing with Nintendo here, and as much as Disney has money, they don't have that much to buy Nintendo. So
yeah, it's actually a Marvel X Mario crossover episode.
Bro. I can't wait to see Waluigi in the MCU.
Oh, but before he gets in Smash. Waluigi gets his own.
Oh my god. See the controversy? So Waluigi made his way into the new Strikers game, but Daisy did not, and now everyone's upset that Daisy's not in the Strikers game because she was in the first one, or like the ones previously, and now she's not in this one for some reason.
Well, Waluigi knocked her out, and now he's got her spot.
Yeah.
Wasn't he always in those though?
I thought, yeah,
That's
where he was
introduced. Actually, I think like his first character appearance was in the Mario Strikers game.
Was it? I'm sure he showed up before in a Mario Party, or something like that.
I mean, that game's kind of, I don't know, it's old. I just remember that he appeared in a very niche category of Mario games where like it wasn't like the mainstay Mario games, so he just kind of worked his way into.
You know what I could really go for? I could really go for a Kirby Superstar Racer too.
Like the
Kirby Star Racer.
The one with the hovercrafts, like you ride the stars.
Yes.
I saw a documentary on that.
That's my favorite. But... Oh, was that a no clip documentary?
I am out of the loop.
I can't remember.
In any case, like that's like my favorite kart game, even over Mario Kart a little bit. It was so fun on the GameCube.
I mean, it's so bizarro. It had like a adventure mode / versus mode where you like went out and grabbed power-ups and then you raced.
And it was a giant map too, compared to Mario Kart. It was like this huge map.
It was like the first VR, actually.
A little bit.
That's actually probably why you liked it so much. It was it was a VR.
Honestly, if you have a chance,
game.
load up a GameCube ROM that game. And
when did that game come out?
You don't have to. Just look at the documentary. It's a gem on the YouTube for sure.
Okay, let me look that up and add that to my.
Racers? Is that what it's called?
I'm gonna add it to my watch list.
Yeah, Kirby. I'm gonna be honest. I've never played a Kirby game.
Kirby Air Ride. Dang, I had that
Kirby
game all
Air
wrong.
Ride. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought there was something wrong.
I've never played a Kirby game in my entire life.
Kirby Air Ride documentary.
2003.
By the Game Grumps?
No, it's not by the Game Grumps. It was
the Kirby game nobody understands by Lowart.
I will look it up for you after this podcast because my keyboard's hella loud and I don't want to be typing in a bunch of stuff. I will look it up for you though.
Man,
does anybody actually play Kirby games? Does anybody like them?
I've actually never played a mainline Kirby game.
Oh
no, I haven't played any. I've seen.
Let's all agree on that then.
Man, I think I've played the multiplayer for some of the other games on DS. My friend back in the day, because you could share multiplayer games.
The DS download play.
Yeah, I missed that actually. I missed those games. Those were good.
That was actually pretty clutch.
I played a lot of those as during swim meets and such, and like
during like the bus rides.
Yeah, bus rides for.
Oh my gosh, that's so
me and my
nostalgic.
friend would play. Oh my god, we would play Zelda.
Phantom Hourglass.
We would play the Phantom Hourglass.
And you would play the multiplayer.
We would play the multiplayer.
And
I would like barely beat him. I was really good. I would like barely beat him every time. And
that game is
I could tell he was kind of frustrated. He'd get frustrated a little bit, but I don't know. He'd still play with me anyway.
Was it his Zelda game?
No, it was my game.
Oh, okay.
I think technically it was maybe it was my brother's. I don't.
It would make sense.
Remember, but I was the one
that
that
game,
played it a lot.
And then he would just get beat by you. He'd be like, and he'd go back and practice and.
He might have the I don't know. He might have had his own copy. I can't remember. But I know
Donkey Kong Country was my game of choice for car rides on the Game Boy Advance.
Donkey Kong Country?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What I really miss is during swim meets, when I was like in, I don't know, elementary, middle school with my friends. We would play on DS. We would play Mario 64 multiplayer, and we kind of make up our own games. Like we would go to a particular map that was like I can't remember which one it was. It was like King's Rock or something like that. But it was this giant hill in the middle, and we play King of the Hill, right? And they have the power ups on all the sides. So like, you would just sit at the top of the hill, and it was timed. So whoever was at the top of the hill when the timer ended won. But otherwise, you'd have to run around and get the hat power ups, and then try and knock that guy off. And it's really interesting because all the hats, like you can either be, you're all Yoshis, but if you get a hat, you either become Mario, Luigi, or Wario, and they all do the different things. And I think Wario, you could pick people up and just throw them. So like most people can try to get the Wario hat and contest you and just try to pick you up and throw you off the hill, and then just like, it's pretty hard. I don't know if there's anything you could actually do taking them off. You'd have to just fight him as another hat guy.
So wait, is it like a King of the Hill session essentially?
Yeah. I think it was like house rules. I don't know what the
Weird.
actual thing was. I don't know what the actual objective for the game was, but we would just do house rules.
That was the objective, was to be the last.
Yeah, to be the last guy on the hill. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. That was like
a good time.
That was a good time back when I was like in elementary school, and they would pile up big piles of mulch, and on like the recess playground, and that's what you did as kids. You're like, you know what, we're playing King of the Hill on this pile of mulch, and you would throw each other off it violently.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
The era of Game Boys and iPods. Before I had a phone, I had a Game Boy Advance and an iPod Nano.
I didn't even have a iPod. I had like a MP3 player, like.
Oh, I did too. I had like a CD player, actually.
Yeah, I had one of those too. Oh my god.
I had a CD player and like one CD with it. So
yeah, exactly. It was the one CD, and that was like your mixtape, and that's what you listened to.
It wasn't even a mixtape. It was like Newsboys album.
Newsboys.
Yeah, it was a Newsboys album, which is like, I don't even remember what the music on that was.
Mine was like 2006 X Christian rock hits.
Oh no, I think I also had
Mine was just go ahead,
Ozzy. I had a Reliant K CD as well, and I think I actually converted that into my iPod. Was it a?
Did you have the VeggieTales cover?
Oh my god! Cover. Yeah,
I did not. No, I didn't have that CD. I had my uncle bought me the Darkest CD, and I don't understand for
what do you mean?
Reliant K. It was their 20 score and some years ago or something like that, which is like their
it's a good one.
For it is a good one, but for at the time, that was like their darkest album that they had released for Reliant K. It's like
Steven, I think you'll be able to relate, Steven. What I had on my CD, you know what I burned onto it?
I'm guessing Skillet, Toby Mac, and
no, that's too
VeggieTales.
Too popular.
Okay, too popular. Okay. Bro, how obscure are we think going here? Like KJ52?
House of Heroes?
Like DC Talk? Like, what are we talking?
The common thread between everything that I would put on my own CDs to listen to was whatever Lego was using to advertise Bionicle at the time.
Oh, frick, man. That's too long. Like, I don't even know. I'm sorry.
Cryo Shell.
Oh,
Daughtry. All American Rejects.
Okay.
That was just what I was into.
Man, I didn't have access. I had I can't remember which iPod I had.
Oh my god.
It wasn't the Nano, I think, because it was like a rectangle, right? So you had like a tiny screen.
Right.
But you could then the whole bottom half was just the circle pad for your thumb.
Oh my god. Yes, but I watched my first anime on my little iPod Nano. Yeah.
What the heck?
I watched...
It's so small.
What was it? I watched... It was right before I actually got my phone. Like I got my first phone, my first real phone, in like 2012. But before that, I would watch stuff on my iPod Nano. I think I watched Serial Experiments Lane and a lot of
There's no way you could watch something on that. I could.
Oh no, I did.
Play.
I watched The Dark Knight for the first time on an iPod Nano because my dad wouldn't let me watch the actual movie. So I had to download Dark Knight parts 1 through 8 on like YouTube or something and put them on my iPod Nano and watch them that way.
There's no way.
Wait,
I watched Full Metal Alchemist as well on that.
Why wouldn't he let you watch them? Just like he thought it was too scary for you? Like
he thought The Dark Knight was
too mature?
Yeah.
No, it's the
I
same
had
with my
that.
parents. They didn't want me to watch
Yeah.
That's I also didn't get to see Revenge of the Sith because of that.
Yeah, same, dude, bro.
Just like, what the heck are you on?
As you know what?
I
You know
don't
what
know
it
about
was?
that.
It was that Dooku decapitation scene, dude. Like they were like, "Oh,
I think it was the childling combo scene.
what?" They don't even show anything for that. The guy just draws. Anakin just draws his lightsaber on them. And
Yeah, my parents were a little protective.
But
I'm
my
sure
parents-
Ozzy can relate.
Yeah, I can relate. There's some weird things I don't understand. There was some weird things I couldn't.
Couldn't
watch.
play
It was
Pokemon.
like cartoons.
I
So-
couldn't
so-
play Pokemon either, bro.
They let me play Pokemon, but I couldn't watch the show. That's
You
the
couldn't watch
weirdest
the
thing.
show?
They wouldn't. I wasn't allowed to watch the show. But
That's
later
okay, the show was-
they let me play
The show
the
was
game.
mid, anyways.
But like, I don't. You know that meme of like that pastor guy is like Pokemon. It's been turned into like a song now, or a while ago it was like songified by that YouTube group. But it's like,
No, but I'll have to look it up.
I can probably
That's for
send it to
sure.
you after the podcast.
Okay.
But it's like it's this pastor going like Pokemon will steal your soul or something like that. Pocket monsters, pocket monster.
They did
Something
actually.
crazy.
They stole my heart.
But dude, it was just okay. I couldn't watch Pokemon. I couldn't watch Ed, Edd and Eddie because one of the characters in the show is named Double D, and my dad's like, that's a euphemism for something else. You're not allowed to watch that show.
That's stretching
Something.
it.
Yeah,
That's
you
your
tell-
dad's
I'm like-
thing.
I'm
That's
like-
your
yeah,
dad's
he's
hang
like,
up.
He's like, that means a woman with large breasts. I'm like, what?
And
Like, I don't
wait, he
understand.
told
What
you
do mean
that
he's-
as like a
Yeah,
child?
he
was
did. Yeah,
he's
he,
like,
yeah,
listen,
he did. It was
Listen,
like, yeah, you're not allowed to watch the show because of this.
listen, little wizard Z, freaking double D's, more like double D's nuts. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh my god. But it's like, it's because I was so confused. I didn't understand. I didn't even understand why like now I understand because that's how you label the bra size, right? Is because it's labeled with letters. But I didn't even make that connection as a kid.
But
I had
you
no
wouldn't have
idea
to-
Why
yeah, a
that-
kid would
why that
never
was a
make that
thing.
connection.
I was so confused. I was like, why? Doesn't make any sense. He's named Double D because he has two friends that are named Ed and Eddie. What else is he gonna? He's the only Ed that has two D's in his name. What else are they gonna call him? Ed and Eddie's been taken.
It's
What,
like
you just call him Edgar or something dumb
Parents-
like that? No.
I think
cool.
we're and
adults.
I think
Don't
we
laugh
just grew up in the age of
Yeah, but it's like
parents not understanding children's entertainment.
It's
I
like
think
the
that's
Red Scare,
definitely-
though.
yeah.
It was like freaking.
I feel like
I
that's
think-
not going to happen to our kids as much. It's definitely not
Probably
happening to
not.
mine.
I definitely think that was put in as a reference for adults to get, but not for kids to get.
Right. That's just like every cartoon, though.
Which is funny to me because like
Like
that I was allowed to watch SpongeBob. That was one of the few shows I
Like
was allowed
Sandy
to watch.
Cheeks?
And
That's
SpongeBob, it has that stuff all over
Yeah.
the place. The whole
Yeah.
show. In fact, that show was actually intended to be released on Adult Swim originally,
It was, yeah.
and they somehow it didn't.
I didn't
get
know
there.
that.
It made it to Nickelodeon instead.
It's
yeah.
SpongeBob.
Oh.
lore.
Because it's got like if you think about it, it's got so many euphemisms. Like all the names are like euphemisms or like
This is the thing.
things, right? It's Bikini Bottom. You got the chum bucket in Bikini Bottom with the Krusty Krab, and then you got all the main characters are supposed to represent like this like 7 deadly sins basically.
That's fun. Have
Yeah.
you watched the video?
You know.
So small aside, then I'm going to get back to the point. Ozzy, have you watched the video about skin theory?
Skin theory. What?
It's
God.
it's
What
kind
is
of
that?
nonsense,
I have
but it's
no
a
idea
fun
what that
it's a
is.
fun little like experiment video. Somebody coming up with a weird theory on the SpongeBob. Just look up SpongeBob skin theory.
SpongeBob skin theory.
But that's for later. What I want to mention now is the thing I talked to you, because we got back to it, right? The thing I talked to you earlier that I was like, oh, we have to save this for the podcast.
Oh, Dad's story.
Yeah. So my mom did not like me watching anime, right?
Uh-huh.
My dad actually didn't care, but my mom was like, I don't want you watching that. Those shows are from the devil. Stupid stuff that Christian parents say.
The older Christian
and
parents.
so I was like, once I discovered that I actually liked it, like I had snuck a few Toonami sessions in there as a kid.
Oh my god,
but
Toonami.
But I never really had like instant access to it until like I was like in 2012 when I got my phone. And I got my phone, I was like, oh, I have like a computer I can just look stuff up on. I don't have to use the family computer. And I started watching anime, and I was like, dang, I want to own some of this. And so what did I do? I started ordering anime and manga, and I started hiding it in the bottom dresser drawer.
Wait, ordering it? How'd you pay
they never
for
looked
that?
there.
Do you have like an allowance?
I had a job as a waiter. And then
Wait,
also
you were
sometimes
old enough to have a job, but your mom just didn't want you having this stuff. That's interesting.
It wouldn't have been like a thing where she would say I couldn't have it, but it was just like it had been a thing in the past where she had gotten upset about that kind of thing, and I just didn't want to deal with it. Mm-hmm. And so I would order this stuff, and I would hide it in my like my clothes dresser in the bottom drawer, and I would put like some clothes on top of it to hide it. And I had at the end of high school, I had 2 of those full to the brim with just anime.
Your 2 bottom drawers on your dresser?
2 bottom drawers, yeah. And about
how many drawers?
2 drawers about like 4 feet wide.
Yeah, but how many drawers did your dresser have?
It had 4 or 5. I think 4.
So almost half of those were anime and manga.
Yeah.
How did you organize your dressers, by the way? Like what was on top? What was in the middle?
Well, clothes go in the closet. Like shirts go in the closet. It was kind of easy because I had like a closet and then as well the dresser. Mm-hmm. So shirts went in the closet, and there was a basket for like underwear and socks in the closet as well. So I basically only put pants in the dresser drawer and then other knickknacks.
Oh yeah, so, you have like a junk drawer or something?
Yeah, there was a junk drawer and then the pants drawers, and I was able to fill up basically half the dresser with anime and just put pants on top of it.
They were like, wow, you only have like 3 pants that you wear, and
well,
why do you need all these drawers?
When it came time to like unpack all my stuff to go to college, that's when they found out about it.
That's funny.
And what happened?
Nothing happened. I was just because it was at that point where I was like, well, what are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do? Kick me out? I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. I'm gone. I was just like, hey, Mom, by the way, I have a stash of anime in my room, just so you know. And she was like, oh, okay. And then that was it.
Aww.
I mean, but honestly, that's not the worst thing you could have had stashed in your drawers, right?
No, not at all.
I mean, that's
There was only one hentai.
Yeah.
There was only one hentai.
There's
oh no. Oh my god.
See, I didn't have any of that, no. Frick. No, I can't go into that.
Man, I can't tell these stories.
No, Steven, tell us what you hid from your parents, please.
Okay. Hold on. I'm taking another drink of my whiskey here.
I can't tell these stories until I move out, so hopefully next year, maybe.
Text to speech.
Okay, I've been a very frustrated boy for like the majority of my life.
Oh my god, frustrated.
Yeah, in my like, I don't know. Oh god, I'm so drunk right now. I'm just all my inhibitions are out the window. You know, so I did have my own computer, and I would look at stuff on YouTube. And people put like SFM animations or like Skyrim animations on YouTube, and those are cool, and I might have watched a couple that were mildly inappropriate, and for some reason my parents were like checking my browser history one day. I didn't even know they like did that, and they found out.
Parents do.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you don't think to delete your browser history.
Yep.
Yeah,
happened to me.
I literally had done nothing like that up until this point, and literally like the day of me doing this, and then like going to do something else, they find out, right? Like I was like, it was like the worst possible thing. How old were you at the time? I was probably like 16, 17, almost 17.
Oh, that's pretty late.
That's really late. Did they give you the talk before then, I assume?
Yeah, but they did not go into... I honestly had completely wrong mental images of like what like sex was.
Wait. Oh no.
I didn't... I had no idea what it was.
Okay.
It's pretty bad, man. I just... Yeah.
See...
Wait, did you not just get away with a stern talking to, and then that was it?
Oh, no, they took away my computer, and then...
I mean, I didn't have a computer to take away. I just lost... You
had your phone, right?
Well, no, that never happened.
I didn't even have a smartphone. I didn't have a smartphone at this time.
It was the family computer, like way before this.
Right.
And
I had my own computer that I was using for... I was trying to do like video game development stuff on my own.
Oh, that's really cool.
It was hard, and I didn't really make any progress on it. But
I mean, for sure, at that age.
Yeah. So yeah, I used it for some other things, like playing Truth Seeker, Battle Against the Lies, classic video game.
Mm-hmm.
A household staple, I would say. Yeah, but after those events, I got my computer taken away from me. It was moved into the kitchen, so anything that I did there, I guess, was going to be visible to the family.
Yeah,
right.
That's so annoying.
I mean, what are you gonna do as like parents? Are you gonna see your kid?
Well, okay. I feel like there's definitely. I get why it's hard to do anything in that situation as a parent.
Right.
Like I can picture that that would just be a really difficult situation. You probably just wouldn't want to deal with it in any way. But like the healthiest way would be the most difficult way to deal with that, right? Mm-hmm. But that's the way you should do it.
Honestly, I don't think it's as hard as people make it out to be.
No, I don't think it is either. I think you honestly just have you just sit down and have the sex talk with your kids, right?
Bro, I'm just gonna straight up tell my kid at like 6 years old.
Yeah, or just, I mean, there's books out there to tell them early so that they understand.
Because at that age, it's like the knowledge is just knowledge. It's
like
not
once they start asking questions about their genitals, it's like, well, what are you gonna tell them? It's really bad. If you see these stories about people who are like they're embarrassed to tell their kids, so they give their kids like code names for it, right?
Yeah.
Like there's this one little girl who that she was told it was a cookie, something like that. And so, like, she was confronting, like, a teacher about something that happened to her, and it's like, he touched my cookie or something like that. And it's like, the teacher did not understand that what she was actually meaning, right? And it's just, I don't want that situation to ever happen. That's terrible. That's terrifying.
Touched my cookie? Like...
Yeah, as this little girl who didn't know what to call her vagina, I guess, right? Or whatever it was.
Wait.
But the code name that her parents taught her was to say cookie.
I know what my like wiener is, like
yeah.
Damn it.
But like, why would you as a parent, like, why would you tell them to say some kind of food or something like cookie or something?
Well, they didn't.
Like that?
I don't know. It's because
it's just like
there's a common thread here. The parents have hang-ups in all of these things that we've been talking about, and it's like
because it's like a little kid. So like, at least tell them something that that makes sense. Like, I don't know, like wee or there's other things. If you don't want to use the actual name that a grown up could, if they talk to another grown up or something, they would understand what's going on here.
Yeah,
in a dire situation, but it's just weird. I don't know, man. I think you would just, at least for as a guy, I know, and talking to my other friends right? There seems to be like a point of contingency in everyone's life where we've sat down and we've thought something. It's like, oh, I wonder if I could find that on the internet because we grew up with the internet, right? It's like, I wonder, and then that's your like first discovery point of like, oh,
that's funny.
Well, porn exists, right?
That's funny.
Or, like,
it took so long for that.
Sexual stuff exists online, and so I feel like it would have just been better if instead of restricting that, your parents find out, they freak out, and then just restrict it and punish you. Because that's what happened to me. They didn't really explain like why it was bad. They just said, "Oh, it's bad. It'll do these. It's bad. Don't do this."
Yeah.
Basically, it'll ruin your like marriage and relationship. And I'm like a 12, 13-year-old kid. Like marriage is the last thing on my brain at that point. I don't understand. What does that mean? I barely honestly, like. I'm like just trying to So just that's when you have like the boat talk with your son, right? If you have a son like that.
I think honestly, my parents were right about one thing, but not in the way that I thought was going to happen. Pokemon may have influenced me in other ways. Not the demonic aspects of it, but the female aspects of it may have allured me in some way.
Steven, I don't think you're as bad as your brothers, though. At least,
Steven, if I am ever in your abode and I have access to your computer, the first thing I'm gonna do is go look in your search history and type in Renamon.
What's Renamon?
Oh my God, stop! Don't do this.
Wait, what's Renamon?
Oh wait, that's Digimon, isn't it?
Am I missing out on something?
Digimon. No, that's a Digimon.
That's a Digimon.
I mean, it's
I thought related, it would carry
it's
over.
Like it's kind of a meme. It's basically Vaporeon.
Is it in that
It's
Professor
Vaporeon
Harkness,
for Pokemon
like video?
Yeah,
like the
Ozzy's. Okay. Yeah,
I've never actually done anything with Digimon before, so.
Man, I remember those some of those Newgrounds videos would make it over to YouTube, and that's what basically hooked me into that kind of stuff. It's interesting.
I remember when YouTube was kind of trash the first couple of years. It's like nothing to watch.
Because it's like Newgrounds has been around for like a long time, right? And so that stuff is, it would make it. I think it'd be like a censored version, and that would make it
a funny YouTube
YouTube
story. Do you guys remember?
But it's still
the old
like
days of YouTube, like the Wild West of YouTube, where like people just uploaded anything and everything there.
Yeah.
My first introduction to YouTube was not looking for funny meme videos or anything like that. It was literally to watch a Pokemon episode I missed, because my dad wanted to take us fishing with some like friends of his that came over, and I was like, no, Dad, I don't want to go fishing. I'm gonna miss the new Pokemon episodes coming out. And then my dad's friend is like, oh, you could just watch it on YouTube. And I was like I thought like, oh my God, YouTube is this magical place where you can watch anything.
Because it was. Honestly, it was.
And I go on there to look up like YouTube, like Pokemon episode YouTube, like episode 142 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, dude. Like, like it's all in Japanese, or it's like some animation.
Oh, at least it was there in Japanese.
Yeah, and me as a little baby kid, I'm like, why is this in a different language I know nothing about? I don't know.
Hooked.
And immediately
Japanese.
Immediately I go from Japanese Pokemon to like, oh, what is this weird drawing of Pikachu? Boom, it's like memes and like YouTube poop, like the old school.
Oh yeah, YouTube poop.
Yeah.
You pinch back.
Just like the worst taste in humor I've ever seen in my entire life, but it was
it's oh my God, it's like crackhead kid humor.
But it's amazing for a child. Like a child's like sitting there like, oh my God, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I have to show everybody.
Yeah.
So my YouTube poops of choice in the past were the Gmod Idiot Box.
I've never heard of it.
Do you know Half-Life?
I know Half-Life. I know what Gmod is, but
okay.
I haven't.
It was there was a trend of making like Gmod YouTube poops, and then there were some of them that were popular, and then the one that continued on for like a number of years was called the Gmod Idiot Box, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I don't think I actually remember any of the YouTube poops. I just remember it's just crackhead animation with like the video game characters, mainly like Mario and stuff, I think.
Well, the fun thing about the Gmod ones was it would be like not just like edited versions of a show. It would be like people creating these like little like dioramas with like Gary's models and stuff, and making like actual creative skits. Like you could take an audio clip from a show or whatever, and then make it into whatever you wanted because it's like Source Filmmaker. It was the old Source Filmmaker,
right. Kind of like the old Red versus Blue.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Oh my god!
But you had more freedom.
Don't talk to me about Red versus Blue, man.
I love Red versus Blue. I miss that. I remember watching that show in like over like winter breaks. I think I was in high school at the time. We do this thing for whatever reason during a winter break because I guess I don't know. It was more fun. I would mix it up, but we would like sleep downstairs because our Christmas tree was down there. So me and my brothers would just sleep down there, and then like my brothers would go to fall asleep earlier than I would. But like I only have a laptop back then, so I'd stay up a bit later, and I would just watch Red versus Blue episodes peacefully next to the Christmas tree, and then
that's so wholesome.
It was
That is very wholesome.
I never watched Red versus Blue because I never had an Xbox. Like I would see ads for Halo and stuff, and I'd be like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But
you think I
didn't have an Xbox either?
Yeah,
I never played Halo. Listen, my limited experience with Halo was when my friends brought it over for my birthday.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or I went over to their place.
Same.
Exactly. Yeah.
Same, yeah.
That's it. I had no other experience.
One of my friends had an Xbox, and then another one had a PS2, and then another one had a GameCube. And I think I inherited an N64 from a friend who moved away and didn't want it anymore. And that was my first. Oh, am I cutting out?
You did a little bit right there.
It looked like I was for a second. Okay. Anyway, I got an N64 from a friend who moved away, and that was the first console I had. And I think I got that in like 2003 or 4 or something like that. Maybe 5. So really late. And then the actual first real console my parents got us, my brothers and I, was a Wii. And I think they got us that in like 2008 or something. And that was like the shit for at least like 5 years.
Yeah, oh my god, it was.
The Wii was the shit. And then eventually we got a PS3, but I think we had the most games for the Wii, and it was like, oh, so fun.
Same. Oh my god, I wish I could go back to that era, or like I wish I could go back, because I don't know if you can find a functioning one anymore.
Ozzy, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you sometimes just open a video of the Wii home menu? Because I do.
Don't go that far.
I will just open.
But
if I need to relax, I'll just open the YouTube Wii menu 10 hours and just like sit there and be like,
I do want to.
It's a Saturday and I'm at home and I'm like 12 years old and I have nothing to worry about.
Nah, I'll just put on Minecraft music if I want to do that. If I want to just chill or something like that.
If you want to
I never played that either, but the first kind of YouTube stuff that I would watch regularly was a Minecraft Let's Player, even though I never played it.
Really? Who'd you watch?
Yeah. The Syndicate Project.
The Syndicate Project.
The Syndicate Project.
Syndicate.
I'll have to look him up.
Syndicate.
He's still doing it today.
He probably is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Still today?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's
like the same series, or is it?
I'm sure he's diversified, but like right now he's still doing Minecraft.
It's got to be a different series. I have no idea where he's at. Dude, there's a series called, I'm pretty sure he was on the series of Maya Knight with Captain Sparkles.
I would not be surprised.
I need to watch that. That series was like I never got to watch it in full, but it was like a golden era of Minecraft.
Oh, but then I discovered my actual other two favorite YouTube groups. One, what was Steven, you might know, what was the one that had all the people from Cow Chop but was before Cow Chop?
I'm sorry, you cut out. I didn't hear that.
Do you remember the YouTube series, like Let's Player series with like Nova and Spoon and that group? It's not Couch Hop. It was the one before Couch Hop that had most of the same people.
I can't remember the names.
It was some kind of like the animals or the beasts or something. Anyway, I watched them a lot, and then I discovered the Best Friends, the Super Best Friends. I'm still watching them today.
Wow.
My groups were, for Minecraft anyway, were Captain Sparkles was the main guy, and then the Yogs cast. And then the Yogs cast had so many series that were really funny.
Dang.
They just kept doing a bunch of different stuff. And then they still do stuff today, and I've just stopped following them because they lost a couple members for
oh dang.
Do they have any podcasts?
Doing bad things. They do have a podcast with what is it? It's Simon. No, that's not Simon. It's the other guy, the other main guy. And oh my god, but it's Sips and Egghead. Oh my god, I can't think of the names of these because it's been so long. But they do have a podcast that they've been doing for a pretty long time. So they're probably on like 300, 400 episodes at this point if they're still doing it.
The Super Best Friends had the Super Best Friend cast for about maybe like 200 episodes, and then the larger group split, but then two of the main members still have a podcast called Castle Super Beast, which I listen to. And I'd actually recommend that to you, Steeple. It's very, very, very funny. As far as like just a couple guys talking shit about gaming pop culture and weekly news goes.
Huh. Yeah, we should. I think we should do that. We should start a Minecraft Let's Play.
I'd be down.
I'm just kidding. No, but I used to watch Rooster Teeth's Let's Play on the Xbox back in the day. So the same guys who made Red vs. Blue. And then I used to watch Ethos Lab. Ethos Lab is still one of my favorites. So I watch him whenever he makes videos. I think he has the longest running vanilla Minecraft series ever. Mm-hmm. Like, he's amazing. Probably the best Minecrafter of all time, I would say, in my opinion, which is not that great, but and then when I was in high school, my buddy had like a sister who played Minecraft, and he introduced me to this group called like Delta Squid or whatever. I used to watch them all the time, but they broke up at some point, and they completely stopped making videos, and it kind of shattered my heart.
Thankfully, I know exactly how you feel, because when the Best Friends broke up, I had been watching them. What was it? It was like 2018 or 2019, and I had been watching them for like 6-7 years and listening to their podcast and stuff too. And it was like this parasocial relationship. Like, oh my god, it's like my friends are breaking up. But
yeah.
Thankfully, they still all do their own stuff, and two of them still continue the podcast, and it's still pretty good.
Yeah, Delta Squid didn't link any of their side stuff, so I literally couldn't follow them. Yeah,
that sucks.
Like, I know because like I talked to this friend like recently. I was like, oh, do they still do Delta Squid stuff? Like, is your sister good and stuff? And he was like, oh yeah, she just plays like Arma now, but like I don't know where they post their videos. But yeah. It's sad.
Period.
Where the fuck is Duran?
Dude, he's on his date.
What was I going to talk about?
It's been an hour and a half. I was hoping he would be able to make it.
What was I think I wanted to go back to like the Wii music stuff.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't listen.
Relaxing Wii music.
Yeah, I don't listen to though it is relaxing, but I don't like just put it on to relax. But I really do enjoy remixes of like the Wii music or like the Mario music and like
or
honestly,
Wii Sports.
It's almost like a path to entry or whatever that's called. Like there's a lot of artists out there who
you
like
said Gateway Drug. You mean?
Is it Gateway is the best? I don't know about Gateway Drug. It's more like it's like a thing you do to like introduce yourself as like a I don't know. It's like something everyone does to get into the field or something like that, or like tradition. It's almost like a tradition. I feel like to do something like that. I don't know what the word for that is.
A
I can't
Wii
remember.
mix?
Yeah, you do like a
Wii
yeah,
mix.
exactly. Yeah. Because there's a lot of artists that I like that have remixed some kind of video game track or Wii track. That one in particular gets like remixed and memed on.
I mean, that's what you do for that like genre of people that you're going to be making music for, right?
So like, I would definitely do that myself if I ever got into.
All right, what's a game soundtrack?
One of these days.
What's a game soundtrack that'll make you cry?
Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Yeah.
I mean, make you cry? There's. It's not like there's one. Okay. There is a particular tune, but I haven't even played the game. It's like Windscapes or something for Chrono Trigger, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Chrono Trigger. Honestly, that game is older than you are. That game is older than you are.
But it's a classic. I haven't played it.
It is.
It's a wind scene in Chrono Trigger.
There are two. I've got two, and it's
like I said, I never played the game.
I've got two, and I can't name the specific track, so I'm just gonna name the general soundtracks. But the soundtracks for Shadow of the Colossus and also Journey will make me cry.
Oh dang! Shadow of the Colossus. That's actually a banger I've never played. So
you can play it on anything PS2 to PS5.
That's the thing.
Well, because you can play it on PS2 or PS3, you can magically get it on PC as well.
Oh, okay. See, I would play on my PS2, but my PS2's audio video cable just stopped working. It's really sad.
You can get a replacement.
I probably should.
They make those. I mean, those are just generic cables, I believe.
You know, I probably could actually buy one. This was like pre me being on my own, so it's still sitting at my parents' house. Oh,
it's just in storage. Yeah,
it's sitting at my parents' house collecting dust. So.
For the longest time, my PS3 was in their attic, just doing the same thing. And what was it? When I moved into this place, my current apartment with my wife, we moved in. I went home and got it, and I set it up.
What was yours?
And I set it up to with my TV, and now I can just play my PS3 whenever I want, and it felt so right.
Poggers. What kind of classic PlayStation games do you play, or did you play?
Let's see. On PS3, I have the Metal Gear Solid collection, 1 through 4.
Okay.
And I have Journey, Shadow of the Colossus, Eco, and then I have some other games. I think I had like Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. And
which one?
The first one.
1 and 2? Okay, the first.
I have the first. The second one I have on PC somewhere. There's another game. Oh, the Batman Arkham. The first 2 Arkham games I played on PS3.
Okay, nice.
Recently, I got Nier, the original Nier for PS3, in case I wanted to play that sometime. Because the remake Nier, what was it called? It was the PC remaster for Nier came out, but you can't play as the old man. You have to play as the boy, the young boy. And I didn't want to do that, so I got the PS3 version. Also, it is my only Blu-ray player currently.
Oh yeah, it doubles as a Blu-ray player.
My PS4 Blu-ray drive never even worked.
Oh, I remember that. Oh,
I bought it for really cheap because the drive was broken, and I bought the PS4 specifically to play Bloodborne.
Could you get Netflix on that thing? Was that
you could do the Netflix disc? You could do Netflix streaming or disc on PS3. Yes, but not now. Obviously,
you could not do that on PS2.
I remember that on the Wii. That was so interesting. You
I watched
to get the disc, and you put it in the Wii, and then you get a Netflix channel.
It was so weird. You could watch R-rated movies on your Wii on Netflix.
Yeah,
I watched Blade Runner on my on Netflix for the Wii.
What the hell? That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching our Mulan DVD on my PlayStation 2. We would pop that bad boy in and watch it. It was great.
Did it have the same? Did it have like the PS2 like ethereal interface for playing discs and stuff?
No, this was like before, like the DVD thing was like kind of like an extra, like it was just like an afterthought, you know. So you would just pop it in, and like your buttons would have minor like effects on like the menu screen or whatever, and like you could fast forward and rewind. That was like it.
Right. I just meant it's just the PS. I never had one, but I always thought the PS2 was really cool, especially because of the menu when you would boot it up was like.
Oh my god, dude, that's like the most nostalgic thing. I would literally, you know, when you never play like a game system so much that you like start hearing it in like your sleep. I would hear that at like school. I would hear like a noise, and I would associate it with my PS2 booting up, and I would just be like, "Oh, neuron activated."
Violin strings tuning up reminds me of the PS3 because that's what it is. The opening thing for the PS3.
Yeah.
And then the Wii is just like its own thing. Well, like the Wii more than anything is connected in my brain to like old tube TVs.
Mm-hmm. Like
because that's what the interface is made to look like, and also that's what I played it on.
Yeah, the cathode ray, like what do they call them? CRTs?
CRTs.
Yeah, CRTs.
I swear there would be a market for those if they came back today for a retro game.
There is a market.
There is,
but they don't make new ones. But there's an aftermarket.
Yeah,
it's pretty small.
It's mostly the thing is, old school gamers will covet those bad boys.
Melee players.
I think if people could make them again, they would. But there are complex machines that require factories, unfortunately.
Yeah. Honestly, if there's just a way, just anything that was like low latency, that's the only real reason.
Making one of those actually might not be too hard in today's.
Well, you have to build an electron gun.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, if you just like told Michael Reeves that he would make millions off of making a old cathode ray television, I'm pretty sure he would make one.
Like he could make one, but the thing is, to make many of them requires like a
to refine that process down and get it mass produced.
Yeah, but his video would be like a tutorial video. You know, you just you open it up. You're like, I feel like making a CRT.
I mean, I'm not turning it down. I would love to see that.
Yeah. I don't know if there'd be. I don't know if you could get a separate company. You might.
They are radioactive.
Radioactive.
And that's why there's a hunk of lead in a lot of CRTs.
I can always tell if there's a CRT on because it makes a really high pitched sound.
I can hear that.
From just about anywhere in the house.
Nobody else I know can hear that.
Yeah, I don't know anyone like. I know this because my dad used to have a CRT in the basement. I don't know if it's still there, but he left it on, or he would leave it on sometimes. And I would like wake up in the middle of the night. No, XD.
The night. The middle of the night, mate.
The middle of the night. I go downstairs, and I see the CRT still on.
It would just
it'd be like it's just dead.
In a snowstorm.
Like the volume would be medium up. No, there's no sound other than like the really high pitched.
Like the electron gun firing.
It's like it sounds like it's almost that's probably what tinnitus sounds like. Honestly,
no, that is exactly because I have tinnitus. Actually, I didn't get it from that, but tinnitus does sound like that.
That's gotta be awful.
The funny thing is, I can still hear if I go near a tube TV. Not all of them have it, but a lot of them do. If I go near one, the sound is just different enough that I can hear both, like my tinnitus and the TV. But it does cover it somewhat. But they are in a slightly different frequency range, at least for me.
That's kind of gross. Okay. Oh god, I don't even want to think about that.
that sounds awful. How do you deal with that?
I mean, you just ignore it. Like, I guess it comes to
if it's just there all the time, you just kind of don't notice.
When it comes to tinnitus, like you really can't do anything. There's no cure for it at all. Not even really treatments. like if you see online like cures for tinnitus, it's all just like bullshit.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably the best cure is just white noise.
but with the TV, it's like you just kind of have to ignore it because when I was a kid, like I could hear it, but what am I going to do? Not use the TV? So
Yeah.
there would come a point where like I couldn't like watch 2 movies in a row because then it would be like, I just need to get away from the sound.
But
what? That's crazy.
We're talking about tinnitus, and suddenly I can like hear the very faintest high pitched sound, and I think it's just my brain freaking out.
It's in your head, yeah.
But I might also be I think I do hear that sound, but only if it's like completely silent and there's like nothing else at all to listen to.
Well, I can hear it when there's nothing going on, and also when I have headphones. Okay. So I can hear it very loudly right now. It's about the same volume as like your voice, unless you start yelling.
What?
Oh.
How do you hear us?
Well, I hear you.
Andrew.
It's not that it's so like in normal life, like especially when you're outside, it's so quiet that you can't like outside noise and regular speaking voice will like come over it. But when you're in headphones, it's just that, especially good headphones, just that, and then whatever's coming out of the headphones.
So wait, how did you get tinnitus?
There's no real logical reason for it. I just got it.
Oh no, there usually is like
causation. It's genetic.
Okay, yes, of course there's there's a logical reason for it, but it's not explainable. Like it was just the summer of 2015. We went on a beach trip. When we came back from the beach trip, I had it, and I was like, what if it's just like water in my ear canal or something? And then we got it checked out at an ear doctor, and they're like, no, that we can't see that has been a problem. So it's just I contracted it one summer, and just I have had it for what is it now? 12, 13 years.
That wasn't that water out of your
so you went to the beach.
7
You went to the beach. Was the wind like very vicious?
No.
It's the water, man. The water. He still hasn't been able to get the water out of his ear.
Turn the freaking frogs gay,
man.
You know?
He's had water in his ear since 2015. That doctor just couldn't see it because
I would doubt if it's that, but it's really hard to know. But to back to your question, Steeple, like how do I function with it being at like in headphones like the same level as your speaking voice? It's because your brain just like filters it out after a while, and you have to think about it to notice it.
It's honestly, it's probably the same as if you have glasses. Like you can see your glasses at all times, but you just don't know it's there. Your brain just filters it out, right? Because like only now if I'm thinking about it, like, oh, I have glasses on my face. Now I can see the outline of my glasses, but
because that's what the brain does.
I have no idea that they're there.
The brain is a filter system.
Every day I wonder why God cursed me with poor eyesight.
Listen,
I
was
wear
told
these frames around my entire life.
I look at it this way. Someone told me this. I can't remember who. Maybe it was my dad or somebody else. I can't remember. But I'm blessed because I can see the world. I have 2 different ways of seeing the world, basically, whenever I want.
That's like...
And most people only have
shitty
one.
And not shitty.
That's like, positive, pessimistic, like, viewing, you know? Like, oh, I have terrible vision, but at least I can see it in 2 terrible ways, you know? Like...
Honestly... You gotta look at the good things, because I'm pretty sure there's some things that there are definitely benefits to like not having glasses.
What does that mean? That there's like a potential power play there, where like you're talking to like a jerk, and you just take off your glasses, and you're like, I don't want to look at you.
I've never done that before. That sounds great though.
That's horrible. Well, see, the thing is that like my vision's not so bad that like I take it off and I can't see anymore. It's just a little bit more like unfocused, right?
I have I have astigmatism, so it's not that I can see. It's just
but you have astigmatism?
It's very blurry. Yeah,
I don't think I've ever noticed that. No,
you never noticed that. Like, how would you notice though?
I think isn't astigmatism just means that one eye is different than the other, or
I don't know the like all the details, but basically I have it's like having 2 sets, 2 different screens, basically, that are really, really close together, so it's blurry in that sense.
Right? Ozzy, okay. I've known you for like Shoot, I don't even know. How many years has it been? It's 22. I've known you for like 7 years? 8 years?
Since 15, right? So at least 7.
Since 15?
If not 8
so
years.
yeah, 7 years. And you've never mentioned the word stigmatism once.
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have at some
It's not a visible problem. It just means that you have bad eyesight due to an internal thing.
No, but I'm saying he never mentioned that word once.
I mean, a lot of people have bad eyesight because of astigmatism. Like
I'm sure I have. Maybe you just weren't there or something. Also, you wore glasses, so I don't think it really...
Oh, does that mean that you see the streaks on lights all the time? Because a lot of people with astigmatism say that they can see, like when you're in a car and you see the light streak because of the glass in your car, but they could see it like just normally.
I think that's dependent on the kind of glasses you have.
No, like, not even with glasses.
Kind of stuff.
Some people with astigmatism see like light streaks, like a line coming out of a light, like you might see in a car, but just normally, not with glasses.
I don't think I have that. I couldn't tell you. I don't.
Here, I'll post.
That
Here, I'll put it in chat.
Because I don't typically see that because I wear my glasses most of the time I'm doing anything. So I don't know. Visual
thing for people listening. You won't be able to see this, but I just posted
Yeah, fuck audio listeners.
Yeah.
That's okay.
What audio listener?
They can just look it up on YouTube.
Video watchers, fine. This is for you only.
So there, you should be able to see it in chat now.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I know. Okay. Yeah, I see that.
Wait, I don't see the
every time I go to the
pictures.
eye doctor, but no, that is I don't see that on the right.
Mm-hmm. I think Justin was wondering whether he saw that or not.
Wait, Andrew, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but these are not the same pictures.
No, they're not. But they display different. They display different effects.
It would have been funnier if they had. It would have been not funnier, but like more accurate if they had the same picture side by side. I don't know. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Whatever, man. What am I? A video editor? You wouldn't know anything about that.
I do a little bit.
That was the joke. Yeah.
I don't. Oh my god, I'm questioning this now. I don't know anymore, dude.
Ozzy, what is normal?
I'll have to pay attention the next time I drive at night or something. I don't think it's the way out on the right though.
You used to do a lot of night driving, didn't you?
Yeah, for a long time.
Me too. I used to deliver pizzas.
Oh, that's right.
During it was mid pandemic.
During COVID as well. Yeah, same.
Andrew is that delivery boy. It's like, send me your cutest delivery boy, you know?
Well, the kids would call me the pizza man. Mama, the pizza man's here.
I'm just going to put up a picture of Sneaky in the Sivir cosplay. Yeah. And that's Andrew, for all of you wondering. He was Sneaky the whole time. You didn't...
Post the picture. I need to see.
What's the best Sneaky spot?
Ozzy posted.
I'll find it real quick.
My keyboard's too loud.
I'm just gonna look it up on my phone and drop it in the Discord there.
Okay. I'm sorry, I cut you off on your pizza delivery story.
No, that was it.
Oh.
Should I ask the basic questions that I ask everybody on the podcast? It seems like anyone new.
I guess you should. I didn't know.
No, I mean we don't have to. Do we want to answer?
It would be interesting. Would you like to be psychoanalyzed on the podcast, Andrew?
Yes, if it's been a regular thing, I would like to.
It has been a regular thing.
We've done it to everybody.
I don't know if you've watched the other
all right, go ahead.
Episodes, but
first question.
Okay, so the first question is hold on, let me get
what's your favorite color? And
basically, yeah, what's your favorite color and
furry?
Like what? I didn't say race.
Holy, where is that on the
I mean teal. Oh, that's a cute pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like that pizza delivery boy?
I see 2 meals.
Oh my god!
My goodness!
Oh, you know what?
It's
You're
a
not.
trap.
Listen, he's
It's a
not
trap.
lying though. He's not lying.
Anyway,
The Star Wars
first
image.
question.
I
It
would
was the
snack
first
on
question
that
to
pussy.
literally color.
So teal. How would you describe that color in a couple adjectives?
Teal / aquamarine. I know they're technically different colors, but I'm talking about that color range because it's my wife will argue with me all the time. And it's like, that's not
Like
what that color is.
seafoam to
Like in between blue and green are
Okay.
is the range of like teal and
Yeah,
aquamarine. And I
teal and
love that.
cyan, aquamarine. Yeah.
Cyan, yeah, it's very cyan like. So
How would you describe that? Like in a couple adjectives, though.
I would say it's calming to me. I like blue and green are 2 very natural colors, and when it's kind of like that, it reminds me of I guess the ocean, like the.
I'm sorry.
What is
cutting
it?
out. It's doing
Oh.
the weird thing.
Am I back? Have I returned?
Yes, you have.
no,
Okay.
no, you're not back yet.
Is he
keep
back? Is
my-
he not?
Keep mic testing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
This
I
is
think you're
me.
back. I think you're
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it reminds me of the Gulf Ocean, Gulf Coast, Gulf of Mexico.
Ocean.
Also, there's a lot of like that
The
color
Gulf
in.
Ocean.
It is
So, like,
not
calming?
an ocean.
Calming.
Yeah, it is calming.
It is
Okay.
not an ocean. There's actually like 7 oceans, I believe.
I would say
That's not one of
calming,
them.
refreshing,
Refreshing. Okay.
neutral, maybe.
Neutral. Interesting. Yeah. Let's see. The second question is, what is your favorite animal? And then again, how would you describe said animal?
Oh, favorite animal. I haven't thought about this in a while. I suppose. I suppose it would be. Oh, well, wait a minute. Maybe I actually do have an answer for this. Oh, an otter, of course.
I think
Yes.
the audience should probably know Andrew is
Well,
Pretty
we'll get to
big.
that afterward.
Yeah, sure.
afterward. Oh, okay.
But
I
yeah,
mean, we
otters.
talked about
Otters
it
are
already.
my favorite animal currently.
Okay.
Why do you like otters?
What do you-
They're playful, intelligent. They're horny. They swim cool.
That's cool.
They swim cool. Okay. Anything else?
They look cute,
They look cute. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
but they're also strong for their
Oh.
size. I think,
Oh,
if I remember correctly.
Very interesting.
yeah, that
Very
adds
interesting.
another layer.
Okay. And then the last.
Do you have like an artist right beside Ozzy drawing a teal otter and trying to come up with my persona?
No, we would never do such a horrible thing.
Yeah,
to
we
you.
got Vivi to last minute commission, like instant, just sketch something right next to us while she's secretly
Yeah.
listening in on the podcast.
Yeah, we brought her overseas.
I can't wait to see those. By the way,
Mhm,
I need to check
mhm.
up and see. It's been like a couple weeks.
a month almost. Yeah,
Yeah, it's been.
I think mine is basically done, but she hasn't like.
Yeah,
given
she just
final.
hasn't finished done the final.
She was doing a
Run
bunch of
over
like
for all of them.
extra rendering details.
Yeah, she
Very
hasn't done the final
cool.
rendering yet.
I
for
can't
any of
wait.
Stuff, but
Next question though.
the last question is, what is your favorite like aspect of nature or like vista, something like that, like.
Favorite aspect? Are you talking about like a?
So like Steven picked water or the ocean, I think, or like water, like Niagara Falls, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
just
so your
descriptive-
favorite
yeah,
part of nature, I guess.
something like that. Yeah, I picked
Well,
the sky. Or sunsets.
Yeah, Ozzy
I
was
like,
just like, I'll take the whole.
I mean, it's hard for me to choose because I love like the sky. So
like the
that
whole
includes
sky.
that includes sunsets and the moon and the stars at night, and it's just yeah.
all right,
I love
Porter
all that
Robinson.
stuff. And the clouds and just,
I will choose the shallow waters, like reef waters. Maybe in the tropics. It just goes very well with teal, I suppose.
Very cool.
But like place where you could see like a lot of tropical fish, and not the deep ocean, although that's cool for another reason. I really like eldritch monsters and the unknown, and the deep ocean is kind of like that. But no, if I was going to choose my favorite, it would be like, oh yeah, like maybe a reef off the coast of an island that you could snorkel in, that kind of thing.
Have you been snorkeling before, or?
Yes.
Okay. Where at?
Well, other than in just like the Florida beaches and rivers, my favorite place would have been in Hawaii. I think, I don't remember what year it was, but my family went on a Hawaii trip and we did a snorkeling trip to a reef on the island that we were staying at, and it was super cool.
Oh wow, that's very cool. Yeah.
So you like the reef because it's just really cool.
Teeming with life.
Oh.
Okay. I like those answers a lot, actually. I'm even the answer about the deep ocean, like you said, it was monstrous, and
that's kind of the secondary thing. Yeah,
the secondary thing. That's pretty cool too. I'm gonna include those for like my explanation, but
his psychoanalysis.
Yeah, the psychoanalysis. But I don't know if you've done this before. I feel like I haven't done this with any of my close friends before.
So you are inputting these into like a thing, aren't you?
A database.
Well, yeah, kind of. It's interesting because I like knowing you guys. It's like a way to get you to know your friends more. Or I think typically you do this with a significant other, right? But I think it's still cool to do with like close friends. So like you could share this this questionnaire with your wife if you would like. And
is there a result of any kind, or is it just?
Yeah, I'm going to explain now, right?
Yes.
So for color,
the verdict.
The first question, color, how you would describe your favorite color is how you would describe yourself. And you said calm, refreshing, and neutral for the most part. Which is interesting. And I think that's fairly accurate, honestly, from my perspective. I don't know you like you know you, but it seems pretty.
I'm more interested to see if you guys think that. Yeah.
The second question I find really interesting because for favorite animal, right? How you describe that? Those are characteristics that you look for in a spouse. And seeing as you already have one of those, it's very interesting because I don't know if she has those particular characteristics. But you said like it was cute, and strong for their size, which that was like another layer. That was very interesting. The other thing was you said horny, and then swims funny. So there's
swims
that.
Good. Swims cool.
Good.
Swims
good.
Well. No, he said swims cool.
Swims cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool, cute, strong for their size, horny. It's interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting.
I don't know if I would describe Sophia as strong in any way, unfortunately, but we did swim a lot when we were dating. I don't remember if she's a particularly good swimmer. Like we never.
I just think it was very cute the way you said it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And how about the last one?
The last one. So that's how you would view God, essentially, or and or His creation. But
that's a really interesting one. Yeah. It's either or an eldritch abomination.
Yeah. Massive and unknown, which is I like that description. That's pretty cool.
That's very interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Very.
Thank you for that.
That's something you can share with other people.
I'll have to finish listening to the other episodes where you guys
keep to yourself
ask each other.
And then, release it later upon the world.
Yeah, as a secret.
I'll have to finish the other episodes and see what you guys answer.
Finish the other episodes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're mid. They're mid, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, this one's much better now that
depends.
Duran's not here, honestly.
Oh my god.
Was he fucking it up?
No, I think every podcast he's been on, though, he's drinking a little bit too much beforehand.
Oh, I'm just
And when
bashing because he's not here.
I'm actually gonna bash on him because he's not here, but he does talk a lot, and he does it. It seems like it's more during the
Hold
podcast, not just
Hold
because
on.
he talks, but because he's like a little bit
Hold on.
more alcohol in the
Hold
system
on.
than average.
I just edited the last episode, and the last 30 minutes, he didn't say a word.
Yeah, so the
Well,
last
that's what
thing.
happens when you drink a lot. You eventually just
did.
crash.
Yeah, he
No,
did.
it's because
So-
he was
no.
playing A-Rams.
He was
Oh my
playing
God.
A-Rams. So his focus,
He was,
all of his
dude.
attention is on this other thing.
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of how it is. I mean, if this podcast is supposed to be like a diluted version of, or a
It's a
concentrated
dumpster
version
fire. It's chaos.
of our podcast, of our Discord conversations, then it's
Sure.
kind of accurate.
I mean, nothing's truer. I think. Honestly.
I guess.
Duran
But-
talks up a storm at the beginning and then just die. I think the whatever he was drinking wore off at that point, but
Yeah. It's all right. Opus Date's going all right, though.
yeah, it sounds like it's
I guess we'll
going
hear about
really
it next
well,
time,
considering
maybe.
he missed this whole podcast. And
Yeah.
he even said he was going to be on it, and he's
Yeah.
responded like 30 minutes before saying,
I
"Yeah,
remember.
I'm good."
Remember last podcast? He was like, I would never miss the podcast. I would never miss it for a date or for girls.
Oh my god, he did. Oh my god.
He was like, I always
Well-
support us. I always
Well,
support
you know what the solution is. You got to bring a girl on a date on the podcast for it.
No, that's a horrible idea.
Yeah,
No,
get some
'cause-
get a feminine perspective in here.
Like if said girl turns out not to be like,
It's got to be one of the
I'm-
boys.
It is
though,
a joke,
what I'm saying.
obviously.
yeah.
But you should get Elizabeth in here.
I'd
Yeah, we
love
can
to
get
have Elizabeth
Elizabeth
on the
in here.
podcast. That'd be wonderful.
Whenever she's not busy with her life,
She
her
actually
busy
has
life.
experience doing podcasts before.
Oh,
What?
really?
Yeah,
No
she had.
way. No way.
She has had one with another friend group.
Oh.
Oh shoot! Well, she's probably gonna expect
Wait,
us to pay
what
her.
is that about?
What are we
No,
gonna-
no, it's called Humanities at the Movies, I believe.
Oh, okay.
It's movie talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
Interesting.
Movies are
Yeah.
honestly my
We'll
weak
have to get
point,
her to plug
so-
it if she ever comes on, so we can listen.
Well,
to that.
okay, Steven, your homework then, and Ozzy, you two, you got to go see The Northman.
The North.
No, I'm not watching Northman.
I'm gonna
I'm
watch
coward.
South Woman instead.
I just,
The local Ascent Theater.
I mean, you already gave me the synopsis. Like, why am I gonna go watch it?
I'm not telling you how it ends, though.
I know
I'm
how
not-
it ends. You just said it was Hamlet.
Okay.
Everyone
what if you?
dies
What
in
if you
Hamlet.
went? What if I
It's
went?
not
with you,
exactly.
Steven? Would
No,
you
it's
watch
not.
a
You just
movie?
I
said
said it was
Hamlet.
similar.
Oh
I said it
my
was
God.
similar to Hamlet, but it's not exactly the same.
Then don't say it's Hamlet. You said it was the Viking version of Hamlet. Like,
It's not. It's not Hamlet. It's the whole ham.
oh my god, that's crazy.
It's completely different. Yeah.
Ozzy,
It's like the
I just
difference between city ham and country ham.
I just
massive
remembered our question.
Oh yeah, we
At
gotta
the
answer
end.
that, don't we?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you have a question for next
No.
week?
Okay, I do have a question for next week, but yeah, we should also
Nice.
answer the question from last
Okay,
podcast.
I will.
Okay.
I will recite the question from last podcast, and Andrew, you
Okay.
will guess which one
Andrew
of
will
the Wooper Boiz
guess.
this is. Yeah, he will.
Yeah, it's either Ozzy,
probably doesn't
myself,
know,
or
actually.
Duran. Yeah, actually,
or
he
I mean, it
probably
could
don't
be other
know.
people. It could be other Woopas. It could be Nathan or Benji, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
just
guess he
feels better to have I guess the three of us as one of the
Mhm.
answers since we're more on the podcast. I guess,
Mhm.
or we're yeah. But the question was, so embarrassing story from college. One of us was desperately hungry and trying to consume an apple. And so this person had a butter knife on hand at the time, and they ended up slicing their hand open in the process of trying to cut this apple with a butter knife.
Okay.
And I can't remember if they.
I'm just
did
gonna say it's
stitches or not.
Duran.
it is not.
It was not Duran. It was
Damn.
myself. I cut my hand. It was me.
It was me
With the knife in the living room.
Did you
Was it worth
stitches for that?
I did get stitches.
Oh my god!
Did you at least eat the apple afterwards?
I did not eat the apple. It was covered in blood.
What a joke.
Dude, I was so hungry when I went to bed that night. Dude, okay, it was like the story. Listen, the story. So I like apples with like peanut butter, right? Like I like to cut up my apples into like slices, and I put like peanut butter on top. And that's what I was doing. I was in the middle of cutting it, but I didn't have like a paring knife or like anything sharp really. I only had these like IKEA brand like butter knives, right? They actually have a very nasty like hooked point at the end, which I don't know why these butter knives are so pointy.
It was a meat knife.
What?
It was not a meat knife. It was not even a steak knife. It was just a butter knife from IKEA. It was horrible, but it caught on like a tough part of the apple, and I was holding it not even like on the table. I was like holding it in the air with my hand, and it got stuck. So I just was like, oh, that's weird. I just applied a little bit of extra force to make it go through instead of like sawing or like trying anything else. And I ended up going like almost
Like
the whole
slipped out of
knife
the
went into my
apple.
hand. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my goodness!
I am very scared of that happening myself. I tried so hard to make that not happen.
Yeah.
So that's the first rule of cutting: is you never
You
put
cut
your
away
hand
from
in the
yourself.
way.
I was a Boy
Yeah.
Scout, and I knew this. I just had I had a lot of confidence because I had done this maneuver before, but with like a paring knife. And yeah, this one was not sharp at all, but I managed to apply enough force to cut directly through my hand.
The not, yeah, actually, knives that aren't sharp are more dangerous.
The most
just
dangerous
because of that.
knives, yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
But so like the action, like there's actually more to this story because I ended up having to like call for help. I'm on East Campus, right? So we're in that like little quad area with all the dorms, and I had to like call my RA. I was like, like I just started like going, and my RAs come out and they're like, oh my gosh, like there's blood everywhere. I'm just, the knife's not in my hand anymore, but like it's like the darkest red you can think of, like,
Oh my goodness!
and it's like oozing out of my hand, and I'm just like, I grab paper towels. And I'm like, what do I do? And my RA was like sitting there, like,
Did you not
like,
take first aid as a Boy Scout?
okay, I saw I was a Boy Scout, but I was like a Boy Scout when I was like 6 years old. So yeah, and this was before the military, so obviously I did not take first aid.
Why wasn't I there? I could have
this
done
point.
first aid for you because I had taken that with my.
Okay, well, like what is first aid, Ozzy? Ozzy, first aid is like, just stifle the bleeding and wait for first responders to get there. Like, okay,
Well,
first
yeah,
aid is done.
You want to put pressure on that wound so it doesn't.
I'm
bleed.
not going to die. Like this is a hand laceration.
I mean, you're not going to die, but you still want to put pressure on it.
Right. No, I have
'Cause,
pressure
like,
on it. I'm
yeah.
stifling the bleeding. And my RA's sitting there. He's like, okay, so medical's closed, right? The campus, like, what do you call it? Like,
Yeah.
first aid, like, thing is closed. And he was like, I have a stitching kit. I can either stitch it here or you can do it in the morning. And I was like,
what?
I was like, you're like, it's gonna hurt if you do it here.
That's
right?
where you go. You go to the emergency room.
And he was like, yeah, it's gonna hurt. I don't have any like he didn't have any like drugs or anything to like stifle the pain, right?
Bro,
So I was like,
you just go to the emergency room with that.
I'm just gonna wait until the morning. So I wrap it up in like my hand. I wrap my hand up and I go to sleep. And the whole time I could not sleep because I was literally thinking, oh my God, what if my hand falls off? What if it like heals over weird? Like, and now I have like a freaking Hunchback of Notre Dame like hand, like it's all like crooked and stuff. And thankfully that never happened. I ended up going to the doctors the next day, and I got stitches in my hand. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. It was just a very...
You almost stopped being a gamer.
Yeah, I almost stopped being a gamer.
Bro. Which hand was that? Was it your right hand?
It was my left hand.
It was your left hand. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, just... Oh my goodness.
Hey, there he is, right as we're about to end the podcast.
Oh, no.
I hope you're recording before you jumped in here.
Start your recording.
Start your recording now.
Yeah.
Well, you're recording, Tobias.
Oh, yeah, it's recording.
Okay. I'm syncing it up right now.
He's got that's for the sync up, and it's like backup audio as well.
Hey, Duran.
What's up?
How's your date?
Yeah, how was the date?
It was fun. You guys should feel lucky. She wanted to do more, but I was like, nah, dude, I got an obligation.
Wish you want to do more.
What does that mean? Except we usually.
So we went.
Is that her in the back? I think I can hear her.
We went to
She's saying, Duran, come back to bed.
Went to church and then we got something to eat and we went wig shopping.
Wig shopping.
Yeah.
Wait, what the heck?
What?
Is this my dress up, darling? Are you like a professional doll maker now?
I guess
you gonna make her a cosplay?
I don't know about all that.
Oh God, frick.
So what are you guys talking about?
We were just going to ask the new question for next week, I believe.
We were.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to hear about your date before we...
yeah.
No, I mean, I'll tell you guys later on DL.
Tell us later on the DM.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Okay, fine. Okay, so the question to end this podcast is, we went to the range, the Wooper Boiz, and this one Wooper boy ended up shooting the ceiling of the range with a AR-15. Yeah, and you get to guess who.
So do we guess now or do we wait till next week?
And next week.
Next week.
Yeah, so
all
next
right.
week we reveal the answer.
Yep.
Sometime on the podcast.
Yeah,
we should start answering at the beginning.
We should answer at the beginning. I was actually trying to, but then you guys started talking about movies.
I mean,
what was the question for the last episode, anyways?
It was Steven cut his hand open with an apple. Excuse me, with a butter knife. I cut open an apple.
I took the apple and I bashed my hand open.
It's honestly kind of impressive considering I'm gonna cut
considering
you
the
with a hammer.
smoothness of the object.
I said what I said.
Yeah. Me and apples never got along after that. I still had that knife, by the way.
Was it a red apple or a green apple?
It was a Fuji apple, I'm pretty sure.
Fuji.
Those are top tier.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Why did I open 2 Trulies and drink it out of both of them?
You're trying to catch up, I see.
Yeah, you gotta catch up.
Oh, yeah.
So wait, Duran, what can you tell us?
About what?
You're literally jumping in at the very end.
Yeah.
And we only were gonna go this long for you to come back.
You said 3-year time, and you didn't even get back at 3-year time. It's 2 hours past 3-year time. It's the time of the end of the podcast. Normally, you were done.
Oh yeah, dude,
the frick?
This is my bed.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well,
friendship with Duran has ended. Now Andrew is our best friend.
Yeah, it's okay. We flamed you earlier in the podcast anyway a lot. So if you have to watch this episode.
First of all, we carpool, right? So I went to her place, and then we were supposed to go to the 945 service.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't end up happening, so we went to the 11:45 service 2 hours later.
I see.
She's like, "I'm not ready yet. And I'm like, "You're the one who wanted to go at this time."
She has to look perfect.
Nervous,
Duran.
dude.
That's how. When you get married, you'll understand.
When we went to the Chinese place, she spilled the food on her cloth. I'm like, see, you did all that work. And then
that's like me, dude. She's so nervous.
Oh, did you get her cleaned up at least?
Well, I mean, we're on the places where I could. But,
Okay.
Some stains are hard to get out.
Yeah, I hate that actually.
And on that note, I have to say adios. It's getting close to the time where I have to leave.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
We're kind of over.
Yeah, we're over time here.
It's
already
way
gonna be
over
a long
time.
one.
We started late, and then we're ending even later. Late.
And we started later last week. I guess I was still used to that time.
Yeah, I said.
It wasn't 2 hours late.
No, late. Like last week we did it at like 10.
No, we did it. Well, we did it at night. We set it up to do it at night. Because it fits the schedule. So that was different. This time it's like, I don't know. Maybe we should do it even earlier. Maybe that'd be better.
Then how did you go to church, Ozzy?
Well, I got out of church at like noon. I got back by 1 my time. But like,
well, then how would I go to church if I wanted to go to church?
It's not going to work for you guys, is it? No. I'm just trying to think.
Ozzy,
I don't know. I just got to be better about mentioning to my the people in my household, hey,
your father, your poor father, he's trying to watch his shows, and you're over here.
Your poor father.
Having a podcast.
It's his only time of the week to watch.
Oh my god!
I mean, he was even watching The Chosen, so I could do it kind of feel.
What is
like selfish?
The Chosen. It's a full TV series that they're making.
Wait, guys, we can't just
basically
start
TV.
Tell me after.
Yeah, I know, right? They're TV serializing the Bible, basically, and it's actually really good. Yeah, they're taking like
Also, why did you post a picture of Sneaky but not the newest cosplay?
Because we were talking. You gotta listen to the podcast. If you were here, Duran, you would understand, but you're not. So,
hey, you know what? That just means you have a whole podcast you get to watch.
Exactly. You get a whole podcast you'll get to listen to, and then you get to listen to yourself show up and ruin it.
Steven is too scared to.
Honestly, it made me really hungry for pizza, so I'm gonna go try and get some of that.
I kind of wanna. Dude, I got food to.
You gotta ask for the curious delivery boy. Don't forget.
I might make myself tacos tonight because I got the ingredients. I'll make myself some poblano tacos.
All right, guys. See you next week.
That's a podcast.